It's a really great bike to maintain. And there's a... Hello, donkey? Hi. What are you? Are you a donkey? A mule? This... Oh, it's a... Okay, Patu. Huh. Yes. Office complex around, built like inside of a farm. It's kind of strange. There's that thing. It's a cell tower and artwork. Cell phone art tower artwork. Cell phone art tower? Yeah. Anyway. So I think I'll do a review on the bike. This is a 1980 GS850GL. The GS850 is a very popular bike. Well, the whole Suzuki GS line, very popular bikes in the late 70s, early 80s, because they're awesome. And they're still awesome today because Suzuki still manufactures brand new parts for them, wear items, like all the brake shit, pretty much everything, you know, except for like certain items you can't get anymore that are plentiful on like eBay and whatnot. They're just like, eh. Yeah. So yeah, the Suzuki GS line of bikes is tremendously cool. If you like old bike, and they handle well too. They're power handling. They're reliable as all hell. They have 8-valve. Well, okay, 8-valve because this has 4 cylinders, but oh, stop sign. I don't know what the fuck I'm stopping for. It's a parking lot and there's like 0 traffic. Was I'll stop over here and do like the glamour shot of it. This is good, right here, amongst the pine cones. Shut it off for a second, give it a breather. So this one's ugly. It's been around the block, so to speak. When I got it, it hadn't been running in 10 years. Missing a side cover. I just lost that, but it did come with it. It's kind of complete. I haven't done any cosmetic work whatsoever. I redid the brakes, rebuilt the brakes with new components inside, including master cylinders, new stainless steel brake lines. I said I rebuilt the carbs. I rebuilt the airbox, cleaned it out. There's what the side cover looks like on the other side. Oh, what else did I do? The gas tank was pristine inside. I didn't need to do anything with that, thankfully. The turn signals were hacked off and brake light were hacked off by the previous owner because he was going to chop it. And then I guess he decided a shaft drive chopper was going to be too annoying or something to build. I don't know. But I bought new tires, Shinko 230s. They're awesome for the price. I've heard they don't last very long, which is fine with me because I don't think I'm going to be putting like a gazillion miles on this bike. I don't not much for road trips, but I like to get out and drive around. Thought I heard someone. I have earplugs in, so if somebody's yelling at me, I can't hear it. Let's see. I think that it seems like I did a lot more. I put new handlebars on because the L models come with these buckhorn style pullback bars, which everybody hates. Nobody likes those. I don't know why Suzuki did that. Just to look cool, I suppose. To make the bike look cool. Well, it doesn't. And this bike is pretty standard riding. This is like the cruiser styling Suzuki GS850, as opposed to the more sport bike standard GS850, which has a plastic tailpiece and a straight seat and a slightly chunkier gas tank. it rides and sits and everything's pretty much the same. It's just the looks is a little bit different on this bike. Maybe the seat sits a little bit lower, but not much. And obviously, once you change out the handlebars, they ride identically. So, honestly, no clues how many miles are on the bike. I suspect it's somewhere between 20,000 and 30,000, but I really have no idea. It could be 50,000. Either way, it's fine because these engines are rock solid, reliable. They'll go 100,000 no problem without a rebuild if you keep up on all the maintenance. So that's the bike in a nutshell. Let's take it for starter up again. Hopefully it starts. It does. It does. It runs. The bugbear of these GS's is the electricals. If you have one, if you buy an old one, you're gonna need to work on the electricals at some point. At the very least, the regulator rectifier on them is no good, the stock one. If you want a nice replacement that won't go bad and works just well, just wonderfully, hose. Moo! Moo, 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 moo. What was I? regulator rectifier. If you have a Suzuki GS of this vintage and it has the stock regulator rectifier on it, just throw it away. Don't even bother with it. If it hasn't failed yet, it's going to. Replace it with a Shindingen 775 or 755. I can't remember which one it's. What's the model number exactly? It's just all around better. It's probably not going to fail on you anytime soon. It's modern. It's yippee skippy. Yippee skippy. And also, thing to note: if you find yourself with a vintage Suzuki GS, go through all the electricals, top to bottom, inspect and clean all of the connections. Your bike will thank you. It'll be as reliable as the day you bought it. It'll be much more reliable than the day you bought it because you probably didn't buy it new, did you? No, you didn't. All right, I guess to continue the review of the bike. Now, I don't have a lot to compare it to because this is my first one. Bearing that in mind, I think this is a great bike. The things that I don't like about it are kind of inherent to the design, not so much like the engineering. I don't like that it's air cooled because it means I can't sit forever at a red light without turning the engine off or in poor traffic. It seems like this bike shifts it's like the gearbox is kind of clunky. I think it's just because it could be an old bike. It could be this problem with this particular one. Or my favorite theory is I'm just not good at shifting yet, because once in a while it doesn't want to go into gear. I'm a little bit better at it. I'm a lot smoother than I used to be. I've learned that when you shift, you don't pull the clutch absolutely all the way in. Let's see here. Anything else I can mention? I wish this had a flat seat like the non-L models, so I could scoop my butt back, because when I've been on rides before, I've always wanted to sit back here just to relieve some, I don't know, get some different pressure points going than the ones that are constantly on like the back of my butt. It's kind of a minor point since I don't do really long rides. I just really like this bike and I could recommend it. Oh, the weight. Do not like the weight of it. Although that is not a huge problem for me. It doesn't feel like super duper. It's pretty agile for being like 550 or mid 500s somewhere. pretty agile. It's a little hard, you know, knocking out the S box is a little difficult, but I'm gonna try this. Oh yeah, plenty of room. Nope, just gotta learn to shift right, then I'll be okay. So, so yes, I mean, that is my bike in a nutshell. Of course, I'm gonna go home and think of all this other shit that I wanted to say about it, but, you get the idea. You get the gist. My riding style is compatible with an 850 larger displacement bike because I don't push myself. I don't ride beyond my abilities. I'm pretty restrained. That said, I don't think I need anything. Nope, certainly don't want anything larger than an 850. In fact, I'm likely to go a lot lower because I think my next bike I'd like to be a bit more modern and lighter, so I won't have a need for a large displacement. I'm not a big guy. I'm not fat. Kind of average. Got a few pounds, but I'm working on it. I've actually lost like 25 pounds since spring, and yeah, good bike for me. I like it. So one thing about the 850 cc's is the fact that it's such a heavy bike. That the power to weight ratio is more in favor of someone like me who's kind of new. I don't think I've had it wide open throttle. I don't think I've done that. I've not hit the stop, you know, when I crack it open. One thing about these GS is that the power, at least on the larger ones, probably is even more so for the smaller ones. The power is all up top. It's very tame, below like 5,000 RPMs. But it's not like, you know, you're gonna fall off the back or pop a wheelie. I don't think I've ever come close to getting the front wheel off the ground, so so there's that. I should try sometime, just out of curiosity to see if I can do it. Not on public roads, of course. That would be hooligan of me. I've got it up to 80, a little bit above 80 maybe. I'm not a speed demon. I don't care. Like, speed doesn't interest me that much. I'm more interested in just like going places and riding around. I really like twisties. Man, do I love twisties. Curvy roads. Love me some curves. Love me some curves. I like my roads like I likes my women. Yeah.